Okay, the bit already didn't work.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back to One Amazed Beast. Today we're back with Pest Plush that cost me, I don't know actually, I don't remember. It's been too long since I ordered this one makeshift.
It is me again, finally.
Yeah, we replaced one goober for another.
A soul for a soul, as Thanos put it.
Yeah, fucking Callum is sick and will then also be indisposed of for 2 more weeks after that because of family camping.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to what happens.
Yeah,
in weeks, I guess.
I took his vitality.
Fucking hold on. Drain touch. I sadly didn't find a better gift. That's just the first one that showed up. Like the only gift that shows up is Drain Touch. Then this one as well for some reason.
Okay. Lucky small critter.
Anyways.
食欲旺盛で何よりだね。じゃあ次はこっちの水槽の子たちに。何？ピアノちゃんも餌あげたいの？
そんなこと言ってないじゃない。
でもさっきからずーっと見てるよね。
あなたが随分と楽しそうにしてるから何がそんなに面白いのか不思議に思ってただけよ。
楽しいよ。やってみる？
私は別に。
そう？じゃあ。
わかったわ。そこまで言うのなら代わってあげる。ほら、そのボトル貸して。
やりたかったんだね。
これを上から入れればいいのね。
そうそう、少しずつね。
食べたわ。ねえ、今の見た？私があげた餌を一口でパクって。
His sake, not again. He's gonna be like this.
Let's not stop doing that when Rika stops being so fucking
ねえ、今の
precious.
見た？私があげた餌を一口でパクって。
I'm gonna inform Klukai that you're lusting after a woman other than her.
That's fine, different worlds. Different parallel universes.
I'm gonna get her on the phone.
But
Yes, hello Klukai. He's not eating his vegetables.
Suddenly his man's actually fucking calls the voice actress. Just has the fucking number on standby.
You know, with John's connections, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Are you really going to use that?
I won't, but it's very funny that it's a possibility.
どう？楽しいでしょ？
まあね。
はあ、私が餌係なのにな。いいね。
今のいい表情だったよ、つゆべらちゃん。じゃあ次はその水草のあたりでポーズ取ってみようか。
この魚綺麗。
By the way, why are you all here?
今さら何言ってるの？私たちを引きずり込んだの君。
そうよ。誰がこの水槽を設置したと思ってるの？
I appreciate that, but wonder if the Sekkasu classroom's ever been this full of activity. Nizaki and I are here to discuss the plans for the Tanabata Festival of Okihara. And before we knew it, everyone else had shown up too.
皆さん、魚たちの様子が気になるみたいですね。
I feel like we're actually just here to kill time. Well, whatever, I guess. Let's leave the fish feeding to them and continue our meeting. Let's see, what were we talking about again?
展示会場のことだよ。
Oh, right. For the display located with the Tanabata Festival, the Natural Bliss Club is slated to use this second chemistry classroom. But as far as I can see, I feel like this room may be a little over capacity in terms of water tanks. There are jellyfish that were already here, and now the Yellow Ras and the others. And we got more fish yesterday too.
すみません。展示したい魚がたくさんいるものですから、つい。
Oh, no, it's fine. We were thinking about moving to a larger classroom anyway, since this room has tools for experiments set up in it too.
それでこちらに来る前に韮沢くんにも相談したんですが、めぼしい教室はすべて他の部活の会場として抑えられてしまっていて。
なるほど。それは困りましたね。
Shuji said he'd do what he can to move things around, but worst case scenario, we may end up reducing the number of tanks on display. We may have to reduce the number of tanks on display. Oh,
それは。
I don't want to show off all the fish too after the trouble you went through to collect them.
当日は小さな子たちも遊びに来ます。あまり窮屈な状況ですと走り回ってぶつかっちゃうかもしれませんし。
And I believe the guests would need a certain level of comfort to be able to relax and watch the fish.
そうですね。それはわかります。私としてもすべての魚たちを展示したいのは山々ですが。
Still have time before the festival, so let's wait and see and decide what we'll do for afterward.
広い教室ならいいの？
え？
ここよりも広い教室なら全部の魚を展示することができるんでしょ？
Yeah, pretty much.
ならあるじゃない。ここよりもずっと広くてどこの部活も使わない教室。
え？それって？
休館の教室。
Gamora just casually offers her up her personal favorite location.
あ、そうか。休館ならずっと広いし、他の部も使用の申請は出してないし、教室は選び放題だよね。
No, but stand up, walk over to Gamora and whisper to her. Hey, you sure about this?
何が？
What we're talking about right now. If we end up using this old school building, then people are gonna be in that building every day for preparations.
ま、当然そういうことになるね。
It means it's not gonna be a relaxing place until the festival. You all right with that?
も何も自分から話を振ったんだからダメなんて言わないよ。
I know, but
私結構この空間が気に入っちゃったんだよね。この子たち見てるとなんだか癒されるし。でもここだとちょっと殺風景だよね。どうせならもっと水族館っぽい雰囲気を出した方がいいと思う。
yeah, you're right.
だったら使えばいいんじゃない？その代わり中途半端な場所にしちゃダメだよ。
Okay, if you say so. That's a lot of responsibility.
休館ね。でもすんなりと使わせてもらえればいいけど。
There's that issue too, yeah.
あそこは普段から立ち入り禁止でしょ。いくら七夕祭りの展示のためとはいえ、自然科学部だけに開放してくれるかしら。私も卒アルの写真を撮りたいって頼んだことがあるけど、あっさり却下されちゃったんだよね。
Turned down? Who turned you down?
そりゃあもちろん担当の先生に決まってるでしょ。休館の鍵を管理しているのは生活指導の山下先生よ。
山下先生は厳しい。私も屋上の使用許可を取るのに苦労した。
悪い先生じゃないけど、ちょっと頭が固いんだよね。
So we need to get his permission to use the old school building. We'll just have to convince him then.
それと行事委員会の許可も必要かな。それがないと多分山下先生も許可をしてくれないと思う。
Really? We've managed to get permission from the owner. Now we've got to get it from the event committee and the teacher in charge.
やはり休館を使うのはやめておきましょうか。
No, we won't know how it goes until we try. Let's try as hard as we can to negotiate the get usage permission for the old school building.
休館の使用許可
Yeah, there aren't any good classrooms over here anyway, right? So we were thinking we could use the old school building.
休館か。確かに向こうなら広い教室はあるし、他に申請を出している部はないな。
Right?
でも、だからこそ自然科学部のためだけに休館を開放するのは難しいと思うぞ。それなりの理由がないとな。
That's why I'm asking you about this, because we need help on that front.
そんなこと言われても、さすがに俺の一存でというわけにはいかねえよ。
I know that Yamashita's the one who's in charge of the old school building, right? So that means there's no issue if we got his permission, right?
まあ、そうだけど、あの先生は相当頭固いからな。
Either way, we want the event committee's permission first. It'll be easy to negotiate with Yamashita that way.
そういうことなら、明日の定例会議だな。明日の会議の議題は、七夕祭りの安全管理についてだ。ちょうど山下先生も参加する予定になっている。時間を作ってやるから、その場で山下先生と行事医の連中を全員説得しちまえよ。その方が話が早い。
Meeting tomorrow. Got it. If he wants to convince him, then I'll do it just that. The next day.
ということで、例年通り、行事医のメンバーが交代制で随時校内を巡回するという形で、安全な七夕祭りの運営をしていきたいと考えています。
うん。くれぐれも事件や事故が起こらないよう、細心の注意を払ってパトロールするようお願いします。
さて、今日の議題はそんなところですが、最後にもう一つ、自然科学部の展示会場の件について、担当の日野と篠崎から提案があるそうです。今回の案件につきましては、生活指導の山下先生にも話を聞いていただきたいとのことです。
私にもですか？わかりました。
じゃあ頼む。
Thanks. Mizaki and I stand up. Kiara is sitting in a folding chair behind me. She told me that she also wanted to be here for the meeting.
さあ、いよいよ見せ場よ。
Seka was standing in the corner with her camera lens pointed at us, doing her duty as a grad help committee member. I'm sure all of you are already aware about the Naturalist Club has been preparing a collaborative display together with the Astronomy Club, a sea full of stars. At the time, we were planning on using the second chemistry classroom, which is the Naturalist's Club room. But considering the number of water tanks we have, as well as the other circumstances, we have decided that a change of location would be ideal. However, all classrooms that we could potentially use have already been claimed by the other parties, so we do not have many options. So the Naturalist Club would like to request permission to use a classroom in the old school building.
休館
The old school building is currently off limits, but we would like to propose it to be temporarily reopened for the Tanabata Festival if possible.
休館ね。確かにあそこなら教室は使い放題よね。
Exactly. They are larger than the second chemistry classroom and would provide ample space for our water tanks. Your thoughts? What's it gonna be?
ま、特に問題ないんじゃないかな。
ちょっといいですか？
Yes, of course.
水槽の数が多くて、今の会場では手狭になったから広い教室を使いたい。理屈はわかりますが、それなら単に水槽を減らせばいいだけの話なのでは？
I knew we'd ask that. We consider that too, of course, but the Naturalist Club would like to have guests see as many fish as possible. We've discussed this with them, and they would like to not reduce the number of tanks.
水槽のレイアウトでどうにかなりませんか？床に置くとか、棚を作って重ねておくとか。
当日は小さな子供たちの来場が考えられます。子供たちが会場内を走り回ったりした場合、水槽につまずいて転んだり、棚によじ登ったりして思わぬ事故が起きる可能性があります。
それは確かにまずいわよね。いいわよマリカ、ナイスフォロー。
Initially, the theme for our display is a sea full of stars. The collaboration with the Astronomy Club will involve creating a display area that evokes a starry sky. And with that in mind, the old school building would be a more atmospheric venue than the second chemistry classroom, which has equipment for experiments placed throughout.
雰囲気作りのために休館を開放してほしいというわけですか。
Oh, no, that wouldn't
しかし、いずれにしろ自然科学部のためだけに休館を開放するというのはいかがなものでしょ
ですが、先ほども言ったように、今の会場だと子供たちが怪我をする心配があるので、必ずしも安全とは言えません。
う。であれば、なおさら水槽の数を減らしてスペースを確保して安全面に配慮すべきなのでは。それに、安全管理という意味では、一つの展示会場だけが離れた場所にあるというのはあまり好ましくありません。場合によっては休館の他の教室へ迷い込む場合もあるかもしれません。
That's a concern when we could have guidance signs or other people in the hallway to make sure guests can only go to the naturalist clubs.
対応は可能というわけですか。カラーコーンやロープを併用すればある程度は誘導できるかもしれませんが、しかしそこまですべきでしょうか。現実的に考えれば水槽の数を減らすのが得策なのではないかと思いますね。
ありゃりゃ、なんだか旗色悪そうね。
どうしよう。
Good question. We're gonna end up getting turned down after Yukamura gave us the idea to use the old school building. Need to do some to change the momentum.
発言よろしいでしょうか。
Yeah.
君は
私、自然科学部部長の沖原美沙です。ただいまの提案につきまして補足説明をさせていただきたいと思います。
いいでしょう。どうぞ。
皆さんはここ塩凪の海にどんな魚たちが生息しているかご存知ですか？
She looks around at everyone and starts by asking a question. I get it, her plans to get them to see your passion. I don't know what this result might be in the end, but this might change things.
ほとんどの方があまり知らないことと思います。でもそれは仕方がありません。なぜなら触れる機会があまりなかったからです。海に触れる機会といえば釣りや海水浴が挙げられます。ですが釣りをする人は限られますし、海水浴では魚に触れることはほとんどないでしょう。では他にどんな機会があるのかと言いますと、
Pauses and looks out over the audience. I bet everyone's breath caught for an instant when those round eyes looked right there into the earth.
海に触れる機会。
Why does this man
水族館
sound older than the teacher?
What about that?
Held back a
Has he
few
seen too much?
centuries. Man's just got held back like a few centuries, you know.
Eesh.
Man was born on the 29th of February and he actually decided that he needs to be the correct age for every fucking class. When is the next one? That was actually, now I think about it. No, it's not next year. Oh, in 2 years actually. The next time February will have 29 days is gonna be February 2028. AK when I'm almost 30.
I'm friends with fucking fossils.
Oi, I know I was born in the time of when the Soviet Union would exist for another year, but come on.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't like time passing.
It's very melancholic for me.
And as expected, one of the male students hesitantly offers up an answer.
はい、その通りです。水族館は
すべての人々に海に触れる機会を提供する場です。そしてここ塩凪市にもかつてマリンピア塩凪という水族館が存在していました。しかし残念ながらマリンピアは閉館してしまいました。これにより人々が塩凪の海を知り、塩凪の海に触れる機会が少し減ってしまいました。私は塩凪の海についてもっと知ってほしいと思います。知ればきっと海を好きになってくれるはずです。水族館がなくなってしまった今こそ海の素晴らしさをできるだけ多くの人に知ってほしいと、そう願っています。そのためにもどうか休館の使用を許可していただけますようよろしくお願いします。
She bows her head deeply. Please.
お願いします。
Shinozaki and I follow her lead.
確かに水族館がなくなっちゃったのは寂しいよな。子供の頃遠足で行って楽しかったからさ。
子供に伝えるという意味では意義はあるのかも。
でも一度許可を出したら他の部からも休館を使いたいっていう声が出るかもしれないし、そうなったらちょっと大変だよな。
The audience's opinions are wavering. Looks like the momentum's changed a bit.
でもさ、
One of the students speaks up.
マリンピアが潰れたのって人気がなかったからだろ。そもそも水族館に興味を持ってる人間自体がもうほとんどいないんじゃないのか。
I know this is supposed to be event committee member D, but it is clearly the same voice actor as fucking Four Eyes. You guys know this, because I'm dumb and stupid. There we go, Shuichi.
Shuichi.
So it's just fucking Ryosuke just looks all like, shut the fuck up, Shuichi. And on the other end of the fucking room, Shuichi's like, the fuck did I do? I'm sure he had no ill intent in saying that. He probably didn't think about it much at all. But that only makes those words gouge even deeper into my chest. I glance over at Okihara. Her head's still down, but her eyes are wide and her lips are quivering slightly. It's obvious that those words hit her hard.
広い教室使ってたくさん魚を展示しても。
Nope, but shout out glaring.
なんだよ、俺変なこと言ったか。
ちょっと自然科学部の人に向かってそういう言い方はないんじゃないかな。
He looks a little uneasy after getting scolded by another committee member.
落ち着いて。
In response to Shinazaki's words, I swallowed down the words I was about to say. There's no point in getting into an argument about admitting Shionagi here. What should we do?
よし、じゃあこの件はまた次の会議に持ち越そう。
おいおい、今結論出し。
いやいや、時間も時間ですし、ぼちぼち終わりましょう。山下先生もこの後仕事があるでしょうし、俺も彼女とデートの約束があるんで。
Well rescued there, buddy.
His fucking alter ego decided to ruin things, so he has to patch it up by...
なーにお前そんな理由で
というわけで今日の会議はこれまで。はい、みんなお疲れーす。
本気で言ってるの？
Attention immediately falls away in response to Shuji's words. But actually, it's been a while since the meeting started, so the conversation immediately turns to closing talk.
どうやら韮沢に助けられたみたいね。あいつが会議を強引に打ち切らなかったら多分使用不可の結論が出てたと思うわよ。
That jackass showing off again. But was right. From the looks of things, I'm also sure that it would have ended with us not getting permission to use the old school building. So I guess we managed to scrape by for now.
次の会議までにみんなを納得させる材料を用意しないとだね。
Yeah, you're right. What should we do? Talk things over with Okihara first. Okihara. Sitting in the folding chair, hanging her head. It's clear that she's still in shock from earlier. Have Shizaki and Segawa leave and stay back with Okihara in the committee room. The rest of the event committee eventually also goes home, leaving just us two. Maybe we should start on our way too. We need to think on our plan for next meeting. Oh, I'm sure we'll find a way. Now then, let's watch those fish you're so proud of and put together a plan. Gawa. Stand by. She finally looks up with a gasp.
そうですね。私、あれ、何でしたっけ？
She looks confused and a bit lost.
あれごめんなさい。私、なんだか。
She knows her fingers are shaking a bit. Looks like she's still not over it. Gawa? Honestly now, come on! Get up, grab her by the arms and force her out of the chair. We're going! To the roof!
屋上？
Come on, it wasn't that bad, what he said. You don't have to resort to that.
Yeah.
Bad jokes.
So I was about to say, if they tried anything untoward, they'll just have Sora lamp them with the tripod.
He would deserve it.
Context,
Yeah.
I'm drinking cherry wine again, but I also still have my Williams Christ pear spirit.
Oh, I
really?
wish I could fucking drink right now.
Oh, yeah.
It is
As a
so.
matter of
I don't know why it is so tempting to just pour like a little bit of it into the wine. Just
mixing your
create an
drinks, that's
amalgamation.
dangerous.
Fuck it.
As for me, I've got a
bit
nice
more.
big bottle of Merrydown cider here.
Alright, let's see how it tastes. This is now cherry and pear.
Please drink Please drink responsibly. You can tell why, otherwise you just start mixing up your words. For the facts, go to drinkaware.co.uk.
I
Website,
don't
Dave.
know how to describe this taste.
Okay, what does it taste like?
I just said I can't fucking describe it. Did you not listen?
I did, but I was
Try.
hoping for an attempt.
It's like, instead of tasting like a fusion between the two, it tastes like neither.
What? Well, they cancel each other out.
Like it doesn't taste like stale water or something. It doesn't taste
I was about to say,
there is a
used
definitive
alcohol.
there is a definitive taste, but it does not comprise either of its constituent parts.
Right.
Bro, I think I just practiced alchemy on accident.
Well done. You saw it here first, folks. He's a wizard.
What does it taste like?
Kind of reminds me of a dirty pint I had years ago. It's oddly sweet and quite nice.
No, I'm just gonna stop thinking about it.
I'm glad nobody asked about the dirty pint I had either. Oh no, not this music up here. That's not going to go well.
I mean, it's gonna go well. This isn't the sad music, it's the emotional music.
Well, true.
This is someone exposes a vulnerable part of themselves and the other person accepts it.
Yeah.
Pull up a hand up to the rooftop.
That could be taken very literally, my friend.
Not
no,
in front
this
of
isn't
Sora.
a sex scene yet.
I was about to say, not in front of Sora.
Not physically, at least.
Yeah.
Emotional sex.
She'll take photos.
Still sad confusion at her sudden appearance. Sorry about this, Ozokar. Could we get some alone time for just a second? She immediately nods and leaves the rooftop. She must have known from Okihara's expression that something was up. Now then. I go for Okihara's hand and look at her. How long are you planning on being depressed for?
それは
Okihara? This isn't like you. Okiara, I know, is cheerful and always smiling, always positive. She's someone that's passionate and always moving forward. You can't get depressed about something like that. It's just not like you, Okiara. You're the experienced lady among us, so come on, let's get it together. Try to use some overly forceful words to scold her. It's Okiara we're talking about here. I'm sure she's gonna respond something like, yes, you're right, and smile. Wait, what? Tears run down her cheeks.
でも、私なんて、いつも笑ってばっかりじゃ。
No, well, I don't expect this. I
We
don't
need to
believe she'd
kill
start
this guy with
crying.
hammers.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on, I have a clip for this.
Quickly throw this man off the roof.
You made her cry! Are you sure your name is Saturn? I'm pretty sure it's actually Satan!
There we go. That was very easy to find. I'm very happy about that.
You made her cry?
Your name? Are you sure your name is Saturn?
Just watch it. Just watch it.
I'm pretty sure it's actually Satan. Yeah, we need to kill this guy for making her upset.
Sounds like Iron Mouse.
You made her cry. Just I don't know why I love that scene so much.
You made her cry!
Also, immediately
Are you
after,
sure
I
your
just
name is
fucking
Saturn?
happened
I'm
upon
pretty
this.
sure it's actually Satan!
The Ash Ketchum workout routine.
My word.
Never forget, this motherfucker can just casually lift a Cosmoem. I'll just fucking pull up the Bulbapedia for Cosmoem.
Okay, the
Here
full
we
text
go.
entry.
This is our biblically accurate Pokemon weight.
How many cubits is it? Drum roll, please.
Hold on, I'm sending it.
Pokédex don't let us down. He's discovered hot. Wait, holy moly! Nearly a ton!
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Also, you know, let's not forget that this is an actual fucking thing that happens in the anime, too.
It's not too hard.
It is like that!
Okay, maybe thrown, but clearly you've never seen a Scotsman go at it.
No, I've seen Scotsmen out there. They specifically
I
have a
admit they're
technique to
adults,
make
but
it
still.
easier. That is not that technique!
True enough.
That motherfucker throws it like a baseball, essentially. Like, I have seen Scottish lock throwing. They throw it in a specific way that makes it easier to throw. This is not that.
Highland Games. Such a wonderful thing. Yeah, sorry, we rudely interrupt this emotional scene with the Highland Games. We do apologise.
Yeah, we just ruin everything we touch, don't we?
And no wonder Mewtwo felt the need to fucking block his punch with psychic powers. That shit would have eviscerated him.
It would have absolutely disemboweled him backwards.
You saw him like a little kid.
年上のお姉さんなんて言われても一つしか違わないのね。
said something. But you don't really need to worry about it. That was just someone who didn't know anything talking. They don't know anything. They don't know how great Olympia was as an aquarium. They're just saying random stuff without knowing anything. I know really well just how great that aquarium was. So you don't need to worry about that. And she drops a bit, slowly shaking her head.
あの人たちの言ったことは本当のことです。マリンピアは長年の業績不振により閉館したんです。人気がなくて。
It closed due to pure business plot twist while it wasn't still in business. Congratulations! It's free entry month! Whoops, where'd our money go?
There's only so much you can be bailed out by the taxpayer.
そのことはちっとも間違っていないんです。みんなそう思っていることなんです。ただ素直に口にしてしまっただけで。
Can't acknowledge that, PR.
でも事実ですから。
That's... I want to say she has no reason to cry, but I can't come up with any words to do so with. Realization crushes down on me too.
いいんです。全部わかってますから。やっぱり七夕祭りで水族館なんかやってもお客さんは喜ばないのかなって、誰も見向きしてくれないのかなって寂しくなって。
It's not true. I'm sure that lots of guests would come.
そうだといいんですが、でもなんだか自信がなくなってきちゃいました。
Yeah, alright. I've never seen her so frail-hearted before. It's a new side to her. I really don't want to see it.
ごめんなさい。せっかく皆さんが七夕祭りに向けて一生懸命手伝ってくれているのに、私がこんなことを言ってはダメですよね。
Now, my brain is in a weird space right now because, like, I don't know why, but I suddenly really weirdly noticed, like, the seam on her uniform, which made me think of the seam on the pest plush on the back, which made me suddenly have the idea, like, oh, her tits are natural. That's just pest plushes in her top, which immediately had my mind go to the fucking one girl from Riddle Joker who stuffs her bra and, like, just edit, like, the fucking CG where you see the stuffings, just make it so pest plushes are falling out of it.
Okay.
I don't know why my brain had such a weird fucking train of thought.
I was about to say, Mitsukase deciding abruptly to...
and then, of course, that led to
toys,
me remembering the fucking one line she says, like, I don't want your condolences, I want tits. But yeah, this is the kind of shit my brain does. I will have one thought, and it will follow a weird-ass fucking path, jumping farther than any fucking Olympic long jumper to arrive at a different thought that essentially has nothing to do with the first.
Oh yeah, I get that from time to time.
I have it constantly.
On one occasion, it ended up freakishly with a 40k Imperial naval cruiser being drifted by the Hulk.
Like, this shit happens to me frequently, hence why I don't sleep in silence. I turn on some kind of music, because if I don't, my brain will inevitably arrive at the same
We'll fill the
point
void
every single time. Namely, congratulations. You are mortal. You will die one day.
it just abruptly wakes up and says, "Good morning. I'm here to fuck your shit."
It's literally just like, if I sleep
That tone of
without
voice.
any kind of noise around, my brain will just inevitably end up at the thought that congratulations, you are mortal. My brain heard the phrase memento mori and took it too seriously.
これでは年上のお姉さん失格ですね。
Funny smiles, but a smile's still a sad one. I don't have anything else I can say. All I can do is bite my lip for him. That night I decide to look up Marimpia Shinagi on the internet. The official site comes up right away when I search for it. I'll be closing. So, there's along some note at the top of the website about how the aquarium is to close down in May. The article states, like Okiara said, it would be due to an extended period of poor business. What made that unpopular? It was pretty full back when we went on a field trip there in grade school. Looked at the website's gallery of the aquarium interior and the fish they had. I don't have any specific memories from grade school, but I recognize all the locations and photos from back when Okiara guided me through before. There's a buttonless site navigation menu that says guest comments. I click on it. Take it to what looks like a forum where site goers can directly submit comments. I didn't know that's something like that. Let's see here. Well, sorry to hear that you'll be closing in May. Thank you very much for all the wonderful memories. On my first date with my girlfriend about Imperial Shinagi, it's sad that a place like that holds such good memories for me is going to be gone. Please reopen one day, I'll always be waiting. Forums have several comments bemoaning the aquarium's closure. The most recent comment is from the end of June, just a few days ago. It was way more popular than people said. Garo said the aquarium closed because of years of poor business. A guy from the event committee said it wasn't popular too. But judging from these comments, I can't believe that at all. Though I doubt it's a lie or anything, since the aquarium did actually close down. I'm sure it's true that business wasn't great too, but just what it was. Was business really bad enough that it had to close down? What were their losses like? What their guest count looked like over time? What was the cause of all this? More and more questions pop into my head. Figure out the answers, we could use them to help make the mini aquarium a success. And that means Okiara can smile from the bottom of her heart again. Oh, I'll look into it for a bit. Begin tapping away at the keys again. Honestly, God, just because of the random ass bullshit we've already discussed, I'm kind of tempted to ask Cactus if he wants to make a thumbnail for this one. Because I feel like that could be funny.
He's going to be exposed to modest bouts of schizophrenia we come up with. Again.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna read out the post again. Just because you mentioned schizophrenia.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Why did I open my mouth?
Saw a fucking Twitter post earlier today, and essentially someone posted some Higurashi fan art of Rena. Or Reina, or whatever you want to fucking call her. And someone fucking, and the tweet literally just said, like, a paranoid schizo wife that thinks there are demons in the walls. She is convinced only I can protect her. And someone fucking
are we doing this again?
retweeted it.
Are we doing this again?
Yes.
Yes,
Someone
we are.
retweeted it, just saying, like, in fucking, like, 4chan green text format. Be me. Start dating this quiet girl from school named Rena. She's already a little off. Jumps when doors slam. Checks the locks twice before bed. Sometimes stares at nothing and whispers to herself. Decide it might be fun to push her a little. Start with tiny things. Move her keys from the usual spot on the counter. When she can't find them, I say you left them by the door last night, remember. So confused but not. Hide a favorite mug for a day. Put it back in a different cupboard when she asks about it. I took my head. Babe, it's always been in that one. You must have just forgotten. Leave the bathroom light on after she turns it off. Next morning, act worried. You left it on again. You've been doing that a lot lately. Text her something, then delete it. When she mentions it later, I laugh. I never sent that. You sure you're not mixing me up with someone else? Rearrange the shoes by the door every couple of days. Tell her she must have moved them in her sleep. Start answering questions she never asked. No, I didn't talk to your dad about you today. Why don't you think that? She was quiet for a long time. Leave the front door unlocked one night. In the morning, I scared for her. Forgot to lock it again. What if someone came in while we were sleeping? Slowly she stops trusting her own memory, starts writing everything down in a little notebook. I find it and move a few lines around. She reads it later and starts crying. One night she wakes up screaming that someone was standing at the foot of her bed. I hold her and whisper, "There's no one here. You were just dreaming. It's okay. I'm right here." It gets worse. Stops sleeping. Checks the same drawer 5 times in a row. Asks me the same question over and over because she can't remember my answer. I keep smiling. Keep helping. Keep making the world just a little smaller for her. Finally, one night, she came into the kitchen holding a kitchen knife. Eyes completely empty. Hands shaking. You're the one who's been doing it, aren't you? I open my mouth to deny it one more time. She doesn't wait. The knife goes in under my ribs. Once, twice, 3 times. I hit the floor. She kneels over me, still smiling, that broken little smile. It's okay, I fixed it. Now you can't move things anymore. Everything goes dark, and that last thing I hear is her checking the locks again. Worth it.
It was the ultimate troll, bro.
What the fuck kind of psycho post is this? Someone, he after fucking elaborated my attempt at recreating an old green text. Someone responded, "Do not Google trademark what China did to that scene." Anyways, back to what matters.
あ、大きなあくび。もしかして寝不足？
Yeah, more or less. I was looking into something. Got caught up in looking up stuff about Ori Yume Mirai last night and ended up going to sleep really late.
やる気満々なんだね。
You got that right. Wait for what?
何ってテストに決まってるよ。
I'm sorry, exams?
もうすぐ期末試験。
Finals? Sag. Doesn't matter anything. Oh well.
来週から1学期の期末試験だけど、そのための勉強で寝不足になったんだよね。
Yeah, I was. I really forgot about him.
私たちも今年は頑張らないとね。赤点で補習だったら七夕祭りどころじゃないし。いい点取ってすっきりして打ち込もうよ。
Yeah, let's do that. After school. Rolling here again.
だって私餌係だし。
それは私の役目だったのにな。
水槽の状態が気になったからよ。自分の仕事に責任を持つのは当然のことでしょ。
私はなんとなく。
もうすぐ期末試験だって言うのにみんな余裕ね。お、君今の泳ぎいい感じ。
I don't want to talk.
私は卒アル委員の仕事としてここに来てるのよ。
The fish had nothing to do with that.
でも皆さんがこの子たちを気に入ってくれたみたいでとっても嬉しいです。
Apologize for apparently having turned this room into a lounge of some kind.
いえ、いいんです。賑やかなのはいいことですから。
I see. As words seem to take on a different meaning coming from her. I feel like her smile just doesn't have much energy either.
それとアクアリウムには癒しの効果もあるので、こちらで試験勉強などをするのもおすすめです。
へえ。じゃあこれから毎日来てもいい？
もちろんです。歓迎しますよ。
You don't have to force yourself, OPR.
無理だなんて本当に大歓迎ですから。
Well, if you say so.
ねえ、それよりも展示会場の件はどうするのよ。
Well, the main issue is whether we'll be able to convince Yamashita and the rest of the event committee next meeting.
もちろんそのつもりだよ。私たちはそのためにこうして話し合いに来てるんだからね。
Yeah, pretty much.
次の会議はいつなのでしょうか？
あさってです。その後は試験の準備期間に入っちゃうし、あさっての会議で休館使用の承認をもらわないと後々厳しくなっていくかもしれません。
あさってですか。
She looks worried again. Don't worry, there's still time. Speak cheerfully. Please don't worry, we'll definitely convince them all. Gaora's expression brightens just a bit at my words.
具体的なことは何も言ってないけどね。
It'll be fine. We'll definitely do something about it.
そうだよ。私たちが必ず何とかしてみせます。だから頑張りましょう。
そうですね。私もきっとうまくいくと信じます。
Yeah, let's do it. And with that being said, we're done for the day.
解散って？
Sorry, but there's somewhere I want to go.
行きたいところ？
The library by the station. I want to borrow some books before it closes. Speaking of which, it's pretty late, so anyway, I'll be leaving.
行っちゃった。
どうやらまた何か考えてるみたいね。
考えてるって？
以前魚を取りに行った時、私たちに内緒でこっそり罠を仕掛けていたでしょ？あれと一緒よ。また何か仕込もうとしているのよ、きっと。
何するつもりなんだろう。
Placed the books I borrowed from the library on my desk. Yunagi City's commerce white papers, climate reports for local small businesses, trend reports for capital investments in small to medium service enterprises, etc. Can't really find stuff like this at the school library. I flip through the pages while I wait for my computer to start up. Lots of complicated words and figures I wouldn't learn in school. Should I really be doing this? Finals are coming up. The exams include stuff that I haven't learned yet since I transferred in halfway through. I should be studying, but I can't help my personality. I ended up getting not enough sleep last night because I was looking up stuff relating to embodying Yunagi. I feel gross stopping part way. Now then, let's continue where we left off last night. I compose myself and resume my research. There's also I can convince Yamashita and the other committee members. The next morning, he is once again dead. I wake up and immediately grab my phone. Who was our homeroom teacher back when we went to grade school here again? I think it might have been Miyazawa sensei. Right, Miyazawa. I think he's still at that school that Jane shops. Went to go say hi when I first entered Yunagi Academy, so he's still there. Alright, that's awesome, thanks. Also, are you still home? You're gonna be late. Sorry, but I'm not going to school today. Is everything okay? You're not feeling well? You're not sick, are you? I need to go somewhere. You handle things today. Alright, let's get going. Good morning! Vietnam. Same brain.
Yeah. Same brain cell.
Alternatively, it could have been good morning, children! But none of you would probably get the reference there.
And doesn't sound entirely appropriate.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that the reference, it has to do with the vicious predator that has invaded my home.
You know.
And yes, I will not stop referring to the pest as the vicious predator that has invaded my home. There is a location in Abiotic Factor where every morning you hear a PA system of some crazy lady just screaming, "Good morning, children!" think it was a reactor. Was it reactors? I think it was reactors. I forget. Oh. Walk into Mr. Ozma's firm to find him snoring on the sofa, just like I expected. Good morning, teacher! Gets up and looks at me blearily.
なんだお前か今何時だ
It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
9時そうか9時かおやすみ
Wait, please stay awake. I'll make you coffee right away.
でこんな朝っぱらから何しに来たんだ
There's something I wanted to ask you about.
そうかその前に俺が質問してもいいか
Go on ahead.
今日は平日だよな学校はどうしたんだ先に言っておくが創立記念日だとかという
I'm sorry I ditched.
ある意味潔くていいぞ
This is where Ozma's great. He's like, oh, honestly, great, like it. You
What we
do
like to
you, I
call
guess.
This is what we like to call the wheelbarrow for the testicles approach. Ballsy.
Let me ask you a question next.
まあいいだろ
Please tell me what you know about Marimpia Shionagi.
うマリンピアあの水族館か残念ながら5月に閉館しちまったようだな
I'm currently doing research on Marimpia.
おおそれはまたどうしてだ
I'm currently involved in a group that's making an aquarium for our school's Tanabata Festival next month.
待てわかったぞつまりその水族館の参考としてマリンピアを設計した俺の話を聞きたいというわけだな
No, I'm doing research on why Marimpia closed down.
それでどうして俺のところに来るんだよ俺の設計のせいだとでも言うのか
Of course not. Design's a perfect teacher. That aquarium is emblematic of your work as an architect.
不人気で閉館した水族館が俺の代表作か
That wasn't what I meant.
分かってる冗談だお前の言う通り俺自身あの設計にはかなり力を入れたからな渾身の作品と言ってもいい閉館しちまったのは残念だがまあ最初からそうなる可能性はあったからな
That. I want to know about that.
あどういうことだ
I've heard that Marimpia Shionagi closed down to a lack of popularity, but I can't believe that's the real reason. Like I said earlier, the aquarium's design was perfect. The layout and design of the tank was genuinely amazing. I don't think you can find an aquarium like that just anywhere. In fact, I think it should have been the talk of the town. And Marimpia's website has a forum with lots of comments that were talking about how it was a shame it was closing down. They're really reasoned too. I can't believe that the aquarium closed down because of a lack of interest.
つまり閉館の理由は他にあると言いたいわけか
One, that wasn't a lack of popularity at the very least.
まあそうだな俺の知る限り客はそれなりに入っていた
So then why?
平たく言うと金の問題だろうな
But then customers, right? Then
塩投げに水族館を作って人を集めようという計画は良かっただがこの計画には最初から
sound reflex after leaving the firm. I get it now. As a designer, Ozma really knew a lot. You get to hear a lot of vivid details from someone who had directly been involved. From what I heard, the reason Marimpia closed probably wasn't really because of lack of interest. That's good news for me, but I really feel like this just kind of make things foggier. Feel kind of refreshed, kind of disappointed after hearing the real reason behind disclosure. It's weirdly depressing. So I guess there's no point in thinking about it now. I need to get to my next location. Next on my list is to go to my old grade school and meet Miyazawa, my old homeroom teacher. The next day.
それでは本日の会議を始めます。
It's finally time for the before finals event committee meeting.
みんな知っての通り、もうすぐ期末試験。試験期間中、委員会活動は停止になります。そういうわけで、決めるべきことは、今日のこの会議で全て決めておきたいと思ってます。
We're going to treat his words another way. This meeting's going to be our last chance to get permission from the Naturalist Club to use the old school building. And Moshita's here again, which means that Shuichi must see it that way too. And of course, I have every intention of succeeding. I've asked Okiara to attend again today for that reason. I'm going to convince everyone here to let us use the old school building by the time this meeting ends, no matter what.
さて、いよいよね。
大丈夫かな。
Nah, I'm just gonna do as much as I possibly can.
よろしくお願いします。
You can count on me. Well, it's left to see just how far I can get.
というわけで、生徒会からは例年以上に会場内の管理に注意を払ってほしいとの要望がありました。一人一人の心がけをお願いします。それじゃあ最後に、前回持ち越した自然科学部の休館使用の可否について話し合いたいと思います。
いよいよだね。
Yeah, finally.
かっこいいところ見せなさいよ。
Oh well. Look at Okihara.
涼介さん。
It'll be fine. Give a gentle nod or a worried expression. I would like to restate my opinion on this matter. Where's man that speak in a loud, clear voice?
いかがですか、山下先生。
聞かせてもらいましょうか。
Thank you very much. Set up take a heavy stack of materials out from my bag. There's a lot of stuff in here that I don't need since I've already memorized it, but it is just another part of my plan. This stack of paper will serve as an indicator of just how much research I've done. Fake it till you make it. Half the stack is actual shit he's researched, the other stack is just random ass fucking scribbles on pages. There was previously a detracting opinion regarding our request to use the old school building that there might not be many people who would be interested in going to an aquarium in the first place. And Marumpia Shionagi, which closed down in May this year, was brought up as an example. And that would indeed be an understandable opinion. The general public is aware that the reason for Marumpia Shionagi's closure was due to a lack of interest stemming from a deterioration of quality. In order to begin our discussion of usage rights to the old school building, I would like to first clear up this misconception.
誤解？
I have here some materials. I hold a flip book over my head. I've placed scaled up copies of figures from the books I borrowed from the library inside. I made this last night. Came out pretty nice, if I do say so myself. These kinds of things is actually my specialty. This is a graph displaying Marumpia Shionagi's attendance counts over time.
グラフって言われても
Committee members are all wearing awkward
実
smiles.
際に入場者数が減ってませんか？
That's right. The graph I've readied shows a gentle downward slope. Yes, Marumpia Shionagi's attendance count did indeed decrease over time. That much is undeniable.
じゃあやっぱり不人気だから潰れ。
That might be your conclusion after seeing only this graph. But what if we compare this to similar plots from other aquariums, such as this graph? I flip a page. I have here a comparison of Marumpia's attendance counts and the same statistic from 5 other aquariums of similar scale. It should be evident that the downward slope of all 5 other aquariums is much steeper than Marumpia's. We can infer from these two graphs that attendance counts for aquariums decreased nationwide. One can imagine this to be an effect stemming from changes in the economy, declining birth rates, and other lifestyle factors.
でもマリンピアシオナギは他の水族館ほど減ってないよな。
That would be my point exactly. In comparison to the rapid decrease in attendance accounts shown at other institutions, Marumpia's decline is remarkably slow. One can see that from these graphs that despite a steep decline in aquarium attendance nationwide, Marumpia was able to stand firm and significantly reduce its losses in attendance. To further prove this point, Marumpia's official website still has guests commenting on how they regret the aquarium's closure. There's no end to the voices that wish for it to be reopened. I've read the copies of just a few of these comments here. Can you still say that Marumpia was unpopular after saying this? In fact, I believe it would be wouldn't be exaggerating to say that Marumpia Shionagi was an incredibly popular aquarium on the national scale.
なかなか言うじゃない。
But then why did such a popular aquarium close down? It is genuinely understood that it was an extended period of losses and its business due to its deterioration in quality. Unfortunately, that is the truth. However, the reason for its losses is not due to a decrease in attendance. Real reason is clear once Marinpia Shionagi's expenditures are examined. Marinpia's expenditures are clearly higher than those of other institutions, especially relative to its profits. It was managed in a way that made it prone to losses. It was able to make profits back when the economy was better due to the number of attendants, but the situation reversed completely over the last few years. And that can and be largely traced back to the fact that the parent organization that managed Marinpia was a non-profit organization. I hold up my next set of materials. This is a registry of Marinpia's directors and staff at the time. There are about 40 names written here. 40 employees for one emporium. Those would be close to 2 to 3 times the number employed by other emporiums. This would be just one example of how Marinpia Shionagi's expenditures were extremely large in comparison to other institutions of similar size. How might this have happened? That would be because Marinpia Shionagi was used for retirement positions by civic officials and educators. This would result in an environment that offered little in the way of knowledge pertaining to typical business costs. That's right, this is the truth behind Marinpia's closure that I heard from Azuma. According to him, Marinpia's construction was fraught with financial issues from the beginning. Azuma said that his work for them had ended up being pretty much for free as a result. The reason he still accepted the job was because, in addition to his own pride as an architect, he could feel the curator's passion as a marine scientist, one Professor Okihara, and that's just a story. Azuma talked to Okihara's parents over and over to do whatever they could to design as much in the way of faculties as possible with what little budget they had, but their efforts completely backfired. The planning went so well that the staff became complacent and didn't attempt to improve the aquarium any further. There would also be the issue of operating costs due to its status as a non-profit organization. Marinpia's investments in its facilities were severely delayed. As an example, the filtration units using the newest models would have significantly curbed operating costs, but Marinpia refused to invest in their higher upfront prices, causing them to spend more money in the long run. That would be just one of the reasons that caused Marinpia's deterioration in quality. So, to summarize, Marinpia Shionagi did not close down because of a lack of public interest. And thus, it would follow that Shionagi City still has a sizable population of people that are still interested in aquariums and are eagerly awaiting to appreciate them.
なるほど。マリンピア塩凪が閉館した理由の真相はよくわかりました。ですが、それと休館の使用を許可するかどうかという話は別なのではありませんか。確かにマリンピアの閉館を惜しむ人は大勢いるかもしれません。ですが、その人たち全員が自然科学部の水族館を見に来るとは限らない以上、やはり休館を使用する理由にはならないと思うのですが。
それは。
Yes, that's true. Maybe as you say, Yamashita.
認めちゃうわけ？
But I thought you might say that, so I took the liberty of carrying out a survey.
アンケート？
Please look at this. I'll hold out a sheaf of papers to him. These are responses to a survey I asked several grade school teachers to take. These surveys ask the following question: was Marinpia Shionagi useful for educational purposes? And if we were to create an aquarium for our school's Tanabata Festival, would you recommend your students to come see it?
これを小学校の教諭の方々に。
Yes, I did. I asked my homeroom teacher from back when I used to go to school here to help me.
あ、それで宮沢先生のことを？
Yeah, he remembered me and he actually faxed these out to other schools to help me out. Thanks to him, I was able to get a response from nearly 100 teachers.
そんなに大勢の先生方が協力してくれたのですか？
It just speaks to how many teachers thought positively of Marinpia. And over 90% of teachers responded that Marinpia Shionagi had a large impact on their students' educations.
確かにそのようですね。水族館は命の尊さ、生態系の神秘、そして子供たちの知的好奇心を刺激するのに最適な教材であると。
すごい！ベタ褒めですよ、沖原さん。はあ、沖原さん？
それに七夕祭りで水族館の展示企画をやるのなら、ぜひとも子供たちに勧めたいとも書いてあります。
And in this way, we can expect a very large number of children to come to our display at the day of Tanabata Festival. We believe it would be ideal to use one of the large classrooms in the old school building instead of the cramped school second chemistry classroom. Okiara suddenly stands bolt upright.
自然科学部部長として皆さんに改めてお願いがあります。
Bye.
どうか自然科学部の展示のために休館を使用することを許可してください。潮凪に住む人々が潮凪の海を知り、潮凪の海に触れる機会を私は作りたいのです。ミサさん、私はマリンピや潮凪に夢を見ました。それはとても雄大な海の夢でした。その素敵さを少しでも伝えたいのです。
How's time looking, bud?
10 minutes maybe.
Alright. Probably
Let's
just
do 10 minutes.
the end of this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably end this scene and then, you know.
Yeah, don't cover that.
Clouds read deeply. We would also like to request permission.
お願いします。
Mizaki and I fall suit and bow our heads. We've done what we can. It's all up to what the people here decide.
では決を取りましょう。自然科学部の休館の使用について賛成する者は挙手してください。
Come on. You know, after this scene, I thought it would go on for a little longer. And also, we can't be starting next fucking part with this.
Misa in pieces, yeah.
Well,
We do happy endings. Yeah.
Yara.
ごめんなさい。
No, it's okay.
私まさかあんな結果になるなんて思ってなくて、それでつい
Yes, that's true.
あんなにみんなが賛成してくれるなんて、私とても嬉しくて。
We did get an unanimous approval, didn't we? Incredibly enough, the results of the vote, whether every single person in the audience, Amashita included, were in favor of us using the old school building.
これも涼介さん、あなたのおかげです。ありがとうございます。
No, I feel like your final statement was the final blow.
いいえ、涼介さんがあそこまでしてくれたからです。あんな資料まで作成していただいて。
Nah, it wasn't that big of a deal.
それにマリンピアのことをあそこまでかばっていただいて、私本当に嬉しかったんです。
Very glad to hear that. Maybe you should wipe your tears.
はい、すみません。感極まってしまって。
She wipes her eyes with a handkerchief and finally stops crying.
改めてお礼を言わせてください。自然科学部とそしてマリンピア潮凪のために本当にありがとうございました。
Buzz read deeply. Please stop. I didn't do all that because I wanted you to thank me like this. Because I was bitter.
悔しかった？
I was so bitter when I saw you crying after the last meeting. Couldn't cheer you up, and I couldn't forgive myself for that. I wanted you to smile no matter what, and that's why I,
私の笑顔のためにですか？
Well, yes. To be honest, I think it might have been my main reason instead of the Naturals Club or Marimpiash and stuff. I have a film in the back of my throat again. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Got a feeling. There we go. No, but actually, was that rude of me to say? Just wanted. Oh! Just let the always be tight. Bite. More thunder is my chest as she hugs me tightly.
ありがとうございます。本当に嬉しいです。
Don't you hover hands her, you coward. Sure. Well, she has a habit of hugging people when she's happy, but this feels even more intense than usual.
何度でも言います。ありがとうございます。本当に嬉しかったんです。
Oh, no, I'm bad, but when she presses her breasts against me like this, it's, I don't know. Thank you very much. Me too. Oh, no, that meant, I'm sorry.
何を謝ってるんですか?
Because I didn't discuss with you before and about why Marimpia closed down. Okihara had thought the Marimpia had closed down because of a lack of interest, just like everyone else.
それとなく両親が愚痴をこぼしていたことはありました。ですが、あまり後ろ向きなことはどちらも話したがらないもので。
They probably didn't want her to have any unnecessary worries. Not like there's any point in holding any grudges against them, though. And it was true that the attendance counts decreased.
よかった。
Thank goodness.
はい。だって、マリンピアが皆さんに飽きられたり、嫌われて閉館したわけではなかったのですから。不人気だったどころか、多くの人たちに惜しまれて閉館し、今もなお再開を望んでいる人がいる。改めてそう訴えてくれて、私、とても嬉しかったんです。確かに閉館してしまったことは残念です。ですが、マリンピアを愛してくださる人がいる以上、いつかまた再会することができると、私はそう思うのです。
I'm sure it'll happen. I'm sure you can do it. Gently pull away from her and firmly grasp her shoulders. I didn't say it at the meeting, but there are several institutions that still have a significant number of attendees in the current state of the economy. Okinawa, Asahikawa, Koba, Kyoto, Osaka, Tokyo, Sumida. The aquariums and zoos in these cities all have been increasing their attendance counts these last few years.
確かに、その話は聞いたことがあります。
For example, Okinawa has the largest water tank in the world, and its displays make ample use of that local geography and natural light. Asahikawa has its ecological behavior exhibits, and Toba advertises the sheer number of the animals displayed. These aquariums have their own unique features that have been able to steadily increase their tendencies. In contrast,
マリンピア塩ネギにはそれが足りなかったということですね。
yes, it seems so, as fortunate as it is. But I'm sure that you would be able to make an aquarium like that someday. An aquarium that you could only find in Shiyonaga with its own personal charm. Okihara could create another aquarium in this town. I believe.
ありがとうございます。
He's hugging me again.
私、頑張ります。いつか涼介さんの期待に応えられるように。
She smiles radiantly. Yes, that's great. Breasts again. You know what? It's probably gonna be like the turn of the day, like literally in like a few lines. So we'll just keep going for this.
Yeah.
Ah yes, we'll end after this scene. I heave a sigh in front of my desk. Not good. Today's the start of the weekend. Start of Monday. And yet,
They're keeping me here against my will.
And I should be laughing. What else is there for me to do? I fell enough to take supplementary lessons after finally getting permission to use the old school building. Now that really be no laughing matter. Just do as much as I can. Yara. Thank you so very much for today. I'm sorry for the message. I simply cannot thank you nearly enough. All this thanking and apologizing. Busy. You're welcome, there's no need to apologize. Yes, thank you very much. Good luck studying for finals. Let's begin working hard together after the exams. Likewise, as long as I don't fail, at least the studying not going well. Yes, well, to be honest, things might be looking pretty bad. I didn't need to actually tell the truth. Yeah, we're talking about. Maybe. What if she calls me or something because she's worried? Yeah, right. Okiara's name's on the screen. She's actually calling me. Hello?
こんばんは、ミサです。
Hello? That's Yosuke? Wait, she already knows who I am.
本当にまずそうなのですか？
Huh? Oh, well. Not really, no. Told the truth again.
もしよろしければ、私がお手伝いしましょうか？
Huh? How about?
一緒に勉強しませんか？
Study together the car. You mean studying together? Just as still.
ええ、二人きりでです。
Seriously.
その方がしっかり教えてあげられますし、いかがでしょう？
I'd love to! Study together with Kuihara, just the two of us. That'd be absolutely perfect.
わかりました。では、明日早速ご自宅へ伺いますので。
You're gonna come over to my house?
もし不都合があるようなら別の場所でも。
No, you're welcome to come. Please come.
わかりました。それでは明日の朝9時にお伺いしますね。
Do not come. Do not come.
Now is not the time for
Oh.
that.
Oh,
Do not come.
I want to come.
I'm gonna come! I don't even know what
It's
that's
new.
from right now. That early?
勉強時間は少しでも多い方がいいでしょう。
Yes, that's true. I would, yes.
ではまた明日。
Yes, thank you very much. Lies is already past the 5th of July. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. I want to say thanks. Bye bye. Fucking
Bye
peace!
bye.
Take care, folks.